Florida State when you're watching them, their defense?
Really fast, athletic, strong defense. It's gonna, obviously pose a lot of challenges for us, and we're looking forward to the challenges that are on the horizon, and hopefully, we're gonna have a great game.
What have you seen from Derwin James specifically?
Right, a really versatile guy who can do a lot of things on the field. We're really gonna have to prepare for him because he's a very good player, and we're really gonna, have to keep an eye on him because for what he can do on the field. So, very impressive player.
How tough is it to scout him, just seeing as he was out so much last year, didn't play a lot? I mean, are you guys watching film from 2 years ago?
Right, yeah, so, he has film from, his freshman year, and just everything that he did in that year, really, is a good indicator of what he can do now, but probably better because he's got, a whole other year of development and growth. So really, studying that past game plan is really what we're trying to do.
Their coaches have talked about Derwin. He can play all 11 spots. I mean, they've even joked about playing nose guard. Don't think that's going to happen. But how versatile is that legitimately, especially compared to a guy like Minka, that play everywhere in the secondary?
Right. Well, I mean, I would say a lot like Minka, just like you said, because when you have a guy that's like that can do so many different things on the field, he poses a matchup problem because you don't know where exactly he's going to line up, and wherever he does line up, you have to make sure you have him in check. So someone who can do that obviously poses a big threat, and that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on out throughout the game and always make sure we know exactly where he is and what he's going to do.
Working with Coach Dayball, he's worked with so many unbelievable tight ends, Gronkowski, Bennett. Has he been able to take your game to another level since he's been here?
Absolutely. Just little things that he can tell us. I did so and so with Gronk. I did this with Martellus Bennett. It's incredible to find all these new little tricks and tips that he has. And really just helping us take our game to a new level because of all this little knowledge that he has. Definitely, I think all of our tight ends have definitely picked up great valuable assets from him that we wouldn't have had unless he didn't come here.
Do you feel like tight ends are going to thrive in this system potentially more than you did with Coach Saban's offense or Coach Kiffin's offense?
I really hope so, but that's to be foreseen. We're definitely going to work as hard as we can every day, and put our nose to the grindstone, and hopefully we get some more opportunities.
You guys do any kind of interesting drills, just in traffic?
Yeah, we'll do a lot of different stuff. That's obviously a big part of being a tight end is being able to catch the ball in traffic because we're going to have, people all over us. So we'll do stuff like that. Just overall hand strength, blocking, positioning, footwork, all that stuff is pretty standard for us.
What's the most strangest drill that Coach Davis put?
Strangest drill? I mean, none of it's too strange. It's all pretty standard. What we're used to. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything's strange by any means. Yeah.
What have you seen from Irv Smith, especially in the passing game, culture to be improved?
Right. Really fast guy who runs really good routes and who's really taken his blocking to a new level. And we're really excited with the progress that he's made, and the contribution he's going to be able to make for us this year is going to be very important for the whole tight end group. And I've really seen a guy who's really came into his own, especially this off season and this spring and this fall camp. So really excited for how he's developing, and excited to play with him.
Or specifically, has Miller gotten better as a blocker?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Miller's definitely gotten better as a blocker. And not to say he was bad before. Obviously I'm not saying that, but just what he did, from last season to now, he's definitely made strides. I've really seen him come into his own also in the passing game. Just being able to, run better routes just like Irv. I mean, they've both gotten really good. And so, I'm really excited with the amount of depth we have at tight end, and, I'm really looking forward to, sharing the field with these guys.
What are the challenges to performing combo blocks with the right or left tackle, depending on where you are on the line? When you're there, what do you have to, we hear from the offensive linemen, they have to have that chemistry, knowing where they're going to do, what they're going to do. Is that the same for a tight end as well?
Right, yeah, I mean, absolutely. The communication that's involved with working with the tackles and also another tight end that's in the game is something that you have to hone in on and work on every day, because that's something that's tricky out on the field. Is how exactly are we going to block this, and what do we need to do in order to get this done? That's definitely something that we've been working on a lot, and that's always one of the hardest parts about being a tight end is learning those combination blocks.
What are Florida State's edge rushers like?
Yeah, really fast, explosive, long. Obviously, very good pass rushers. So, we're gonna have to do our best to, keep them in check and really have a good week of preparation in order to mitigate some of that, because they're very effective.
Is that going to be one of the bigger challenges that you guys think you could face even this year? Or?
Absolutely. One of the best defenses by far I've ever seen, and we're definitely going to have to keep them in check, like I said, because they could really pose a problem for us.
I know under Nick, it's always 1 week at a time. Don't look beyond or anything like that. But as a team, do y'all kind of approach this game as just a 1 week season a little bit, knowing that it really won't win or lose, it won't affect kind of the conference or any of that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, because obviously the game in front of us is the most important one, and especially with a game like this that has so much riding behind it. They're obviously a great opponent, and we really need to put all of our eggs in this basket and really make sure that we do everything we can to be prepared for Florida State, because they're so good. And so we are definitely locked in on Florida State, and that's the only thing we're thinking about right now.
Anything else? Thanks, Hale.